gate opens and the Dremora, Crossed, Host Eater, steps into the world. He leaves the fiery liminal space. A burning hint of sulfur, mixed with pine, permeates the air. He looks around and spots another player in the distance. They too are running through the ankle-deep mire, here in Liurnia. He takes off at pace, readying his two Daedric long swords. The enchanted blades crackle with lightning. He knows his opponent will be especially weak to them here.
Dremora, why are you here? Why have you come to this place?
I am the embodiment of that which you want to be. I am the invader you wish to become. Why do you persist in this foolish naivete? Why do you persist in this false nobility? Drop the facade. Embrace the tools that you need to win and to succeed, and grind your enemies to dust. Become me.
I don't know what kind of game this is, what kind of trick you're trying to pull. I have no clue why you have come here. You are not needed. You are not wanted. Be gone from this place and do not return to my presence.
No tricks, no games. Only the embodiment of victory standing before you, stepped out of the halls of oblivion. Follow my lead. Follow my path, and no enemy shall lord over you again. You will stand above them all. You will be better than them all, and no one will be able to disrespect you ever again.
A Daedra gives its advice freely and then takes its pound of flesh later on. I have no clue why you seek to teach me this lesson. Why not grind me under the heel of your boot in domination like everyone else you come across? This path, this way that you have presented, holds no appeal to me. It holds none of the qualities that I wish to pursue in myself.
But are you sure it holds no appeal? How many times have you held back your strength in an effort to teach those that you pursue better ways, to be more like the nobility you so proudly claim to have? How many times have they ground you under the heel of their boot, using tools and weapons far more powerful than they should ever have access to? How many times have they looked down on you and smiled, cackling in their ignorance as they have watched you fade into oblivion? Think back on those times and tell me now, tell me again, that it holds no appeal, what I speak to you of.
I've had this discussion and made these points before. Yes, much of Elden Ring's player base is ignorant of all the finer details regarding the PvP systems. Yes, many of them tend to stick to strategies that are very much bland and based on the recommendations of people that have incredible followings but little attachment to the worlds. Yes, this results in invasions that feel like you're fighting against the same 10 builds over and over again, with players that seem to have been raised in a vat to hate you and the thing you enjoy, despite that it's been a part of the games since the beginning. That all comes with the knowledge that this has happened before. Each new game brings its fresh batch of players. Each has its own pipelines that funnel those down the respective routes of PvE, dueling, and sometimes new invaders. 1,000,001 smarter people in this space than me have gone through this over and over again. It's history, and it repeats, but we don't have to repeat with it.
The history does repeat, and with each subsequent epoch, a little more resentment and a little less tolerance builds up. You can't do anything to reverse the process. All those who have come before you in the defense of your oddly chivalric creed of invader are coping at best. How many do you think you have converted to Reds? 1? 5? A dozen? Less than the players who drop dislikes on your videos purely because of the invasion content, or the lead disparaging comments in your feed. You're a tiny stopgap, smaller than most of your ilk, too blind to see the dam has already been emptied. Those greater than you have already moved on to new worlds, or largely embraced many of the tactics you seem to resent. My way of the sword. When nothing matters, what remains is to make a point. Burn down the forest of those that burned yours down, and salt the earth.
Not all have abandoned the world.
Really, who remains?
More than you think, and enough of those who are far more experienced than me. Not only that, there are already a generation that have been raised through Elden Ring, stepping into this space to replace those who have left or become indifferent. They're small, but can easily spark if given enough time. Every one of them started out as a normal player in this game, and whether by chance or the work of another invader, became part of this space and came to appreciate it. I may not have convinced many, but others have definitely convinced more. This is how we grow. This is how we spread the understanding of what these games can be. Through experimentation and individuality, the gameplay and the world can shine, even invasions.
Individuality will never win out over a Stormhawk axe, or a poise wizard given enough time. All you're advocating for is playing at a disadvantage, in which the game, its creators, and the vast majority of the player base won't respect, don't care about. You're marching in armor, saluting with your sword into musket fire. Those that hold the muskets hold you in disdain, and would gladly see the thing you enjoy abandoned, forgotten, purged, in the new world they would seek to design. Never mind the reasoning, the knowledge you bring to them. The result will be the same. You don't bring a sword to fight those who disdain the virtue you extend to them. You bring the same musket and attack in the night. Further, that new generation you spoke of, jaded. Many seek the path of the musket already. Where are your eloquent speeches and essays presented in the agoras? Where are the bygone love letters to the beautifully crafted weapons of previous worlds? They don't exist, or are mere shadows. Do you think you're any different? No. You're someone pretending to grandeur, a student who will always aspire to be a master.
Those agoras still exist, and plenty still speak within them. But let me be plain here. You know the way you play will make things worse. You gave up the path because it was hard, not impossible. You made a conscious choice when faced with disrespect to choose disrespect in turn. Don't try to code it in some sort of superior or optimal methodology. You gave up, you changed, and you let people jade you. Jade you so much that you just became a mirror of them. I don't have a problem with the tools you wield, but the attitude in which you wield them. It's like you abandoned everything this game sought to teach you and regressed to the start. But it's worse, because now you have the know-how to spread misery to everyone you encounter. Tell me how your burning the forest down is any different.
There's that anger. If I'm honest, I know you'll never be converted. I don't need to change you. Your impact means little, and will have little weight in turning the needle. I do wish to expose the cracks in your philosophy, however, as it amuses me, and will further my influence that a little bit more. First, this cute little exchange largely served no purpose to your cause, and is more or less inane rambling in the face of inevitability. I do not care, as things are already transpiring as I desire. Second, it has been done before, and by those far better and more intelligent than you, as you yourself pointed out just a moment ago. What is the point? Why argue with me at all? Do you hope to shine a spotlight on yourself by defeating me in a battle of words? Do you seek to spread your own influence in the guise of the benevolent mentor? I don't think you're as pure as you seem. I gave up nothing, and you know that every crafty little trick and would-be firecracker you have designed can be snuffed out by other players you know well and have fought against. In your heart, you make these funny little ideas and hide behind your screen because you know you will never ascribe to the caliber they represent. So you make your cute ideas and you retreat into your own liminal space.
Those players do not prescribe to the attitude you possess.
Not yet. to accept your silence as acquiescence? Have you given up resistance already?
I was hoping you would have left by now.
I can't be banished simply by being ignored. I'm not some figment of your imagination. I am real, your actual dark mirror. When you stop looking at my reflection in your home, I'm still waiting, smiling.
As if I could forget. No, I didn't think I could be rid of you that easily. I did think, however, that it would take you more time to bother me again.
Have you fought on what I said?
I have.
And no words of reprisal? No witty or bold riposts?
I thought you didn't care what I think. But since you're here again now, why not? I did aspire to be that certain caliber of player at one time. Back in Dark Souls 3, I wanted to step into any world, or co-invasion, or dried finger run, and wow everyone I came across. Partly because I wanted to be closer to the community, but mainly because I thought I deserved it. It was a long time before I realized that I was running in the opposite direction of the invader I'd wanted to be all along. The one that continually was open to learning more, and always had a good-natured appetite to be better. Every time I lost, I thought it was a personal failing. I thought that I wasn't where I needed to be compared to those around me, and I shouldn't lose to the types of players I came across. So I started playing meaner. I picked up stronger weapons, more optimized tactics, was less forgiving on hosts, because I knew if I gave them an inch, they wouldn't be forgiving. Ironically, putting the game down for a while and then returning improved my outlook. I started making goofy things. My skill hadn't changed, but I was more relaxed, and enjoyed invasion. I now understand I wanted to be the cool, calm, and collected invader I had spent so much time not becoming when I took the game more seriously. I didn't get better with a better attitude, but I got where I wanted to be.
And where is that? What's your criteria for optimized meta playstyles and fun? An arbitrary line you make up from character to character. Even now you wield lightning on a hyper armor weapon in Liurnia. You use 4 talisman slots, and have spent your time and knowledge traversing through the majority of the game, collecting gear to invade those at the very beginning. Overleveled phantoms or not, you are twinking. You just speak words, but they don't mean anything. It's pontification, where the congregation all knows the secrets of the priest, and whispers amongst themselves in private, only to smile and cheer in the sacred halls. You're not more enlightened. You just bury the truth deep down, hid it from yourself, and it rises back up every time your corpse is defiled.
The point is, I do draw a line each time. And I know you understand enough to know the difference between being randomly summoned into Liurnia for an invasion with lightning and waiting at the shack with a Taunter's Tongue and a Dragon Halberd. The constraints I place around myself are not just for fun, but also growth. Why would I need to learn roll backstabs if I can endure Starfist Punch to victory? Why would I need to learn to parry if I have power stance straight swords and over 100 poise? I wouldn't, and I'd be a worse technical player overall. Elden Ring may not encourage that way of play, but I want to encourage it, because it's fun, and too many people are not truly having fun when they invade. DLC won't bring us more player counts in multiplayer. It probably won't bring us the PvP changes we want, but it will bring us DLC weapons, which have always been the best on offer, and those will be fun. We don't need much to revitalize the scene. We don't necessarily even need PvP changes, just more role-playing ones. We need a zone that will give us that more condensed, tight, dark fantasy feeling like the Souls trilogy did, and the Shadowed Lands feel like they will be that. They even have shadowed in the name.
Wow, hitting all the talking points for the video, are we? All that hope is a stretch, even for you. We'll be right back where we started 3 months after the release. What were you hoping for again? Invasion covenants? You know they won't be there. Invasions will continue to be an afterthought, as they have been for the last 2 years. New broken mechanics and playstyles will emerge. Those new condensed and tight zones may not be any better for multiplayer than the ones that exist in the base game. It's all speculation, and to pretend anything else is self-deluding.
Your arguments are getting weaker. You seem to be experiencing a little bit of doubt yourself.
As if. You know there can be no victory from this chat. You would take away from the art and feel hollow. You know this because you know that doubt in your heart is real. It's burrowed deep, and you will never remove it because it can't be removed. It's a necessary condition for you to keep going. What are you without this? You've attached so much of your personal worth and drive to a niche and underappreciated aspect of a game that's failing you. When it finally fades, what will you have? What will all that time be worth? The investment? You don't know, and you fear. You all fear it will be worth nothing in the end. At least I will have the satisfaction of winning, whereas no such guarantee exists for the likes of you.
And there it is. At least I will have. You're in this too, and as much as you want to point out the weaknesses in others, you're only doing it to draw attention away from yourself. Obscure your own fear of failure. That's why you hide behind the tactics you do. Anything to win, at all costs. What happens when you don't?
Are you disparaging all optimized tactics now?
No. I said before, only how they are used. Plus, there's still a difference between optimized and bullshit.
Another arbitrary line.
No. A real one.
This has been an amusing project for you, but in reality, no different than the bomb logic video you made all those months ago. Just another stale repeat. You will never convince enough players to ever move the line in a meaningful enough direction to create the environment you all desire. So anything more is wasted breath. I will leave you with this, the knowledge that this will be your reality moving forward.
I don't have to win this fight. I've come to learn moving anything is a slow, ever-pushing process. I just need to persist.
We will see.
We will.